Welcome, my name is Bruce. This is Bolster Up Yoga. We are so happy to have you here joining in the practice with us. So let's get started. Find a comfortable seated position. Bolster is nice, or throw pillow, whatever you have that can help lift your hips up a little bit higher than your knees. So as we stay in our 4-ish minutes of seated centering, you're very comfortable. Of course, if being in seated does not call to you right now, no worries. Just go ahead and find your position. Maybe it's child's pose. Maybe it's corpse pose as you would in Shavasana. So find your comfortable position and settle in. If you are in seated, feel those sitting bones rooting down. Feel them rooting down such that you have that sense of growing roots into the earth. And then feel tailbone all the way up through the crown of your spine, lifting tall. So you have a nice open airway. And then some big breaths. Fill all the way up, low to high. Empty all the way out, high to low. Several rounds. You can make loud, open mouth exhales. Or perhaps what you need are long sighing out. But just find whatever you need so that you can really feel that each exhale is helping you let go. So keeping that nice tall spine, each exhale helps you release in the shoulders, in the upper chest, upper back, low belly, and pelvic floor. Several rounds where you're just feeling where your tight spots are and allowing the relaxation to help let go. The relaxation of each exhale help you let go of tension that you may be holding. Several more rounds. And then allow your breath to normalize. Really just feel it. Feel it as the breath breathes you. So notice sensation of breath. Feel the coolness on the way in. Feel the touch of the breath on the way out. And then keeping that nice focus on sensation of breath, I invite you to bring hands to heart space. Palms together, thumbs to breastbone. Close your eyes. And consider an intention for today's practice. Could be something that will help support you on the mat right now. It could be something that helps you both on the mat and moving forward after your practice. I'll tell you a little bit about the practice to come, and perhaps your intention can match with that. So the practice to come is really about twisting out, wringing out, and letting go. So perhaps for your intention, you can have that thought, that idea, that sense of letting go that which does not serve you. Wringing it out, burning it through the heat of the practice and sending it on its way. Whatever your intention, breathe it through several rounds. Feel it in your body as a physical sensation. And we'll take a full round of breath with intention and send that intention out to the universe with a big open mouth exhale. So first, empty out. Big inhale, fill up. Feel your intention as a physical sensation. Hold it. Breathe a touch more in. Then open mouth, exhale. Send it out. Beautiful. Blink eyes open. Allow hands to come back down to your thighs. And then nice and slowly make your way to your tabletop position, clearing off any props that you might have. If you have a block or a stand-in for a block that you might want to use when we get further along in our practice, have that block, maybe a couple books, something near the top of your mat. Then find your way into tabletop. See those wrist creases right under the tops of the shoulders. And then with your inhale, cow pose. Tilt that pelvis forward so the belly button reaches to the earth as you let the shoulder blades lift the heart space. Chin is up gently, not too much because you don't want to crank the low neck. And then with your exhale, cat pose, reach the arms. Spread through the shoulder blades, belly button in and out. Really reach those arms as if you're going to send them into the earth so you can really get that stretch in the upper back. And then take several more rounds. Cow on the inhale, cat on the exhale. Your pace, give yourself what you need, and then when you're ready, barrel rolls. Get some nice 3D motion going on so you can get the hips into the action, get the stretch in the tight spots in the low waist, outer hips, SI joint area. Several rounds, bringing the hip back to the outside of the respective heel, getting the side body stretched out. One more full round. And then come on back, tabletop. In your tabletop, walk one palm length forward with each hand, and then hips come forward, heels come up towards the tailbone, up dog chest, scorpion pose, big inhale, stretch the whole front body. Exhale, bring it back, down dog, reach long. Several rounds of breath in your down dog so that you can get the hamstrings warmed up. If you're tight in that hip point area, take some side to side motions here. Several rounds. Big breaths. If you have Ujjayi breath in your practice, that little bit of constriction in the back of the throat, begin to bring it in now. It'll help remind you to breathe, help slow down the breath, build a little bit more heat as you keep that breath inside a touch longer. One more big round of breath. Reach the arms long, hips up and back. Knees stay bent so the hamstrings are not overstretched. Big inhale. Exhale. Drop it down. Tabletop. From your tabletop, right arm sweeps up. Revolve around the spine. Reach tall. Couple wrist circles here. As you take your wrist circles, see if you can revolve around the spine a little bit more. Feel the twist in this pose. And then with your exhale, left hand walks just a bit outside the mat. Reach the right arm through. Drop the right shoulder down. And then work to revolve around the spine here. Press into the left hand as you open the top shoulder over the bottom. If your shoulders are a bit more open than mine, you might take a reach up to the sky or half bind. Another round of breath. Breathe right into the tight spots. And then nice and slowly unwind it. Left hand comes back to the mat. Right arm reaches up. Puff out. Big inhale. Exhale. Bring it down. Inhale, left arm reaches up. Revolve around the spine. Take your wrist circles, couple in each direction. When you're ready, thread it through. Right hand to the outside of the mat. Left shoulder down where it feels comfortable. Work to stack. Top shoulder over bottom. Revolve around the spine. If it feels good, reach the right arm up to the sky or take the half bind. Several rounds of breath here. With your next round of breath, right arm comes back to the mat, left arm sweeps up, reach tall, puff out, big inhale. Exhale, back down. See, knees in alignment with the hips, keep them right there. Walk both arms out, coming into Anahatasana, reach the arms. And then see if the forehead can come down. If you have enough room, maybe the chin. If you don't have enough room and the forehead isn't even on the earth, grab a block or a book, put it under your forehead. And then reach arms long, send hips back in Anahatasana. Feel what you can receive. Have that sense of receiving everything that's good
from the earth. So in today's practice, we'll wring out that which does not serve us, and let's see if we can fill up with exactly what we need. Bring one arm back under shoulder at a time. Tabletop, inhale here. Exhale, bring it back, down dog. Reach those arms long. Shake the head, yes and no. Next exhale, bend knees, look forward, big step. Come on into halfway lift to the top of the mat. Feel the whole spine grow long. Slight squeeze the shoulder blades into the midline, flat back, inhale. Exhale, release, forward fold. 3 breaths, pedal it out here. And then with your next exhale, crouch and curl it down. Come to the balls of your feet, palms pressed down, chin tucked, round through the back. Become a tiny little ball, press more weight into the hands as the hands want to reach away. And then with your next several rounds of breath, ragdoll it up. Knees stay soft, arms hang. Stack one vertebra on top of the next until shoulders are stacked over the waist. Then the legs can go long and the arms can reach, sweep it up. A little bit of a back bend, grow extra tall, interlace the hands, the fingers, parallel the arms, send the knuckles forward as you spread through the shoulder blades, chin tucks, belly button in and up. One more breath here. With your next inhale, release, gold post arms. Squeeze those shoulder blades into the midline. Let the shoulder blades lift the heart space, look up. Next inhale, back bend if it feels good, reach tall. Exhale, palms together, elbows squeeze to the midline, hinging right at the hips. Inhale, halfway lift, long spine. Exhale, bend knees, plant hands, step back, plank pose. 3 breaths in plank to fire up core. So feel the balls of the feet like they're rooting down, feel the palms like they want to go back to the balls of the feet. Breathe here. With your next exhale, drop the knees where they're going to fall. Externally rotate those inner elbows and then dive it down. Chin hits next. Shoulders and fingertips same height. You're an inch forward in asana. And then scoop the legs back. Zip them up. Tops of the feet down. Inhale. Baby cobra. 1 breath. Big inhale here. With your exhale, chin comes down. Come on over the toes. Send it back. Down dog. Reach the arms. Big round of breath. Big inhale. Big exhale. With your next exhale, bend the knees, look forward. Big step or a hop, top of mat. Inhale, halfway lift. This time, arms alongside, shoulders away from the ears, belly button in and up. See if this helps you feel so much length in the spine and then brings that sense of flatness to the back. So flat you could balance your water bottle on it. And then exhale, release. Once you're in your forward fold, yogi's choice. You can paddle out here, maybe take a little side to side, grabbing opposite elbows. If you're going side to side, remember, bend those knees so you don't crank on them. Maybe you'll walk the hands side to side. They don't need to touch the earth. They can come and grab an outer shin. 2 more rounds of breath, just giving yourself the forward fold that you need. And then find stillness. Root the legs down. Feel that tailbone like it wants to rise up to the sky. Engage the low belly in and out. That'll protect the low back. As long as your low back is feeling good, reverse swan dive it up. If your low back is cranky today, bend the knees, hands to hips. Come on up tall. Then sweep the arms up. A little bit of a back bend. Big inhale. Come tall. With your exhale, right arm comes back. Left arm forward. Look back over the right thumb. Inhale, sweep up, reach tall. Exhale, left arm back. Look over the left thumb, revolve around the spine. Inhale, sweep up, reach tall, little back bend. Exhale, hands to the heart space, hinge at the hips, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, bend knees, plant hands, step or jump back, plank pose. We'll come through chaturanga this time through. So with your next inhale, come to the tips of your toes. Externally rotate those inner elbows. Exhale, come down halfway. Elbows, shoulders, same height. With your inhale, tops of the feet press down. Arms reach, shoulder blades lift the heart space. Exhale, bring it back, down dog. 1 big breath. With your next exhale, bend knees, look forward. Big step or hop. top of mat. Inhale, halfway lift, long spine. Exhale, release, forward fold. Engage that low core, reverse swan dive it up. Reaching tall, little back bend, come straight and taller still. Exhale, right arm sweeps back, left arm forward, gaze over the right thumb. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, left arm leads the way back, look over the left thumb, twist around the spine. Inhale, sweep up, take a back bend, reach tall. Exhale, hinge at the hips, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, bend knees, plant hands, step back or jump back, plank pose. Yogi's choice, you can 8-point pose or chaturanga through. I'll guide through 8-point. Drop the knees, externally rotate, come down, inchworm asana, shin hits, butt stays in the air. Send the legs long, tops of the feet press down. Inhale, baby cobra, float the hands if you'd like. Exhale, plant hands, come on over the toes, send it back, down dog, reach, send those arms so long, send the hips up and back. 3 big rounds of breath here. Shake the head, yes and no, relax the neck, relax the cervical spine. I'll be cueing through some leg lifts. Yogi's choice, you get to do the leg lifts if you'd like. If you don't want to, just meet us in lunge pose where we go after our leg lifts. With your inhale, sweep the right leg, send it way up and back so you can get it up a touch higher still. And then 3 leg lifts from here. Touch the toes down, come to the balls of the left foot. We're going to count this as a 1. Exhale, bring it down, touch the toes, come to the ball of the left foot again. This is 2. Exhale, bring it down. Inhale up. This is 3 to stay. Get that leg up a little higher and then sweep it through. Lunge pose. In your lunge, settle in. Root both legs down. Feel the ball and the heel of the right foot really dig in. Feel length in the spine. Shine through the heart space. Left heel goes to the back of the room. Exhale, drop the left knee. Come tall torso. Interlace the hands behind the right knee. And then find the hip flexor stretch from middle of the left thigh to the top of the hip point. You can do that by bringing the hips forward, tailbone down a touch. Handful of breaths here. You can stay here if this feels good and it's what you need. Otherwise, experiment. You can sweep the arms up, reaching tall. Maybe goal post, little back bend or bigger back bend with the arms reaching. And then refocus, hips forward, tailbone down a touch. Find that hip flexor stretch. Inhale to reach tall. Exhale, bring it down. Frame the foot. Send those hips back. Hip creases lead the way into half Hanumanasana. Flex that right foot. Feel like you're going to root that right heel down. And then we're going to come through 3 more from here, half Hanumanasana in dynamic fashion. So bring the foot down, frame the foot with the hands, find that hip flexor stretch. Send it back, we'll call this 1. Flex the foot, drape. Inhale, hips forward. Stretch in the upper right hamstring, left hip flexor. Send it back, this is 2. Flex the foot, feel like you're gonna drag that heel down and back. Inhale, bring it forward. Hips go forward, find that left hip flexor stretch. Exhale, send it back. Reach long over the leg. Next inhale, back, low lunge, twist, revolve around the spine, reach it up. Exhale, float that right knee open so you're on the knife edge of the right foot. And then revolve a little bit more open. A couple rounds of breath to explore the pose. Big inhale. And with your exhale, flatten the right foot. Right hand plants. Exhale it back. Plank pose. Inhale it plank. With your exhale, bring it down. I'll guide through chaturanga. Elbows, shoulders, same height. Flip to the tops of the feet. Inhale. Shoulder blades left. Exhale, bring back. Next inhale, sweep the left leg way high. Square the hips, so you can get the leg up a little higher. From here, 3. Inhale, sweep the leg up. Exhale, drop it down. Remember, you can bring the right calf into it by coming to the ball of the right foot. This is 2, sweep the leg up. Exhale, down. This will be number 3. Send the leg way high, come to the ball of the right foot. Stay here, bring the leg higher, and then sweep through. Finding lunge. Couple rounds of breath in lunge. Feel so much length in your body. Right heel feels like it wants to go to the back of the room. Big inhale. Exhale, drop right knee. Come tall torso, interlace. Find that right hip flexor stretch, okay? So this might be your tight side. If so, stay right here. Interlace hands on top of the left quad. If you want to experiment, see how it goes. Sweep it up. Maybe goalpost. Maybe reaching the arms long. Find that stretch on the right quad, right hip flexor. 2 more breaths. Tall through the spine. Big inhale. Exhale. Frame the foot to stay. Next exhale. Hip creases bring you back. Flex through that left foot. Find half Vinyasa. Hips come forward. Find the stretch. Left hamstring. Right hip flexor. We're going to call this 1 right here. Back into half Vinyasa. Flex the foot, spread the toes. Inhale, hips come forward. Find the stretch in front. Low waist, hip flexor, hamstring. Bring it back. This is 2. Flex that left foot. Drape the torso. Inhale, bring it forward. Find that stretch. Exhale. This is 3. Send it back. Hip creases lead the way. Flex the foot. Find your hamstring stretch. Inhale. Bring it back. Flatten the foot. Frame the foot with the hands. Next inhale. Sweep it up. Revolve right around the spine. Breath or 2 here with that left foot planted down. See where you can go in the twist. Then open up. Left knee opens up away from your body as you come to the outer edge of the left foot, the knife edge of the left foot. And then revolve around the spine. Look up. Reach tall. Send energy out that left hand. Next exhale. Flatten the left foot. Left hand comes down. Back to plank. Inhale. Yoga's choice. 8-point pose to baby cobra or chaturanga to up dog. Inhale, fill up. Exhale, send back. Down dog. 3 breaths. Reach the arms long. Send the hips up and back. Energy down the legs into the balls of the feet. Take this next round of breath together, so empty out. Big, huge inhale. Hold it at the top. Open mouth, exhale, send it out. Good. With your next inhale, sweep that right leg way up. Hip opener. Stack right hip over left. Right heel like it wants to go to the tailbone, knee to the sky. Couple rounds of breath here. You can take a couple hip circles in each direction. See what you need. When you're ready, re-straighten that leg. Use the outer leg to lift it up higher, and then re-square the hips. Send the right leg higher still, and then sweep it through. Find your lunge pose. Breathe here. Left heel back, right foot, that is, roots down. Then inhale, twist. Revolve around the spine. Look up, reach up. From here, root down through that right foot. Get a little less weight into the left arm. We're going to move in a moment into a revolved crescent. You can take the gaze down if you want that stability, or if you want the challenge, keep the gaze up. And then let that right arm pull you up. Let the torso come tall. Take the gaze back to the right thumb if you want that challenge. Revolve a little more around the spine. 1 more breath here. Next inhale, sweep up, crescent pose. With your exhale, float the left knee down towards the mat. Only as far as you need to find that quad stretch. Hover, 2 breaths. Keep breathing. Then inhale, both legs go long. Challenge yourself in balance if you'd like by looking up. Exhale, settle in, crescent pose. 2 breaths. Feel that rising up energy as you root down through the legs. Inhale to look up. Exhale, bring it down, plank. Inhale, plank. Exhale, bring it down your way. Inhale to shine through. Exhale, send it back. Big breath. Set up. Inhale, left leg sweeps up. Take your hip opener, heel to tailbone, knee to sky. Might bring that left shoulder blade back in space to square the hips. And then take your 3 circles, each direction. After the third circle, send that top leg long so you can get it up a touch higher. Then square the hips, send through. Lunge pose. Root down through the legs. Find that stability. Inhale, twist. Revolve around the spine. Couple breaths here. Set up. You know what's coming on this side. Root down through that front leg. Decide where you want your gaze. Up for the challenge. Down for stability. And then bring it up. Revolve around the spine. And then see if you can bring the spine up a little higher. And then see if you can take the gaze back to the back thumb for that challenge. 2 breaths here. With your next inhale, sweep it forward. Torso square to the front of the mat. Look up. Big inhale. And then drip or dip that right knee down. Only as far as you need to find that right quad stretch. Couple breaths. And then bring both legs nice and tall. If you want that balance challenge, look up. And then exhale, settle down. Crescent, 2 breaths. Root down to rise up. Big inhale, grow tall. Exhale, bring the arms down. Send back. Inhale, plank. Exhale, your way down. Inhale, shine through. Exhale, send back. Reach the arms long. 3 big breaths. Settle the breath down. Shake the head, yes and no. Let's take this next round of breath together. So empty out. Fill all the way up. See if you can drink a touch more in. Hold it. Then open up, exhale. Let it go. With your next round of breath. Right leg sweeps up. Reach it up. Exhale, knee to chin. Hover in. 1 breath. Inhale. Sweep up. Exhale, send through. Move down through that right leg. With your inhale, crescent pose, rise. We're going to take a twisty crescent here. So with your exhale, sweep the right arm back. Let the left elbow hover just above the quad. Inhale, sweep back up, crescent. Exhale, left elbow comes to outside and hovers over the quad. Outside the right thigh. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale. So you can get that left elbow on the outside of the quad. Hover. Inhale, sweep up. Crescent, look up. Big inhale, rise up through the fingertips. Exhale, send down, plank. Inhale, plank. Exhale, your way down. Inhale to shine through. Exhale, send it back. Down dog, breathe. Next inhale, sweep the left leg way high. Sweep through. Knee to chin. Inhale, send it. Exhale, lunge. Root down. Inhale, rise, crescent. Twisty crescent. Second side. Left arm sweeps back. Right elbow hovers over the quad. Inhale, sweep up, crescent. Exhale, left arm leads the way back. Right elbow hovers over the outside of the quad. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, this time, see if you can get that left elbow hover on the outside or plant it on the outside of the quad. Inhale, sweep up. Reach tall, big inhale, filling up. Exhale, bring it down, plank. Inhale, plank. Exhale, your way down. Inhale to shine through. Exhale, send it back. Breathe, big breaths, 3 of them. Shake the head, yes and no. We'll take this next breath together, so empty out. Fill up. Drink in a bit more, and then open up, exhale, let it go. Good. Another round of breath here. Big inhale, big exhale. With your next inhale, sweep that right leg way, way up. With your exhale, send through. Right knee connects above the right elbow. So you can get the ankle bone a touch higher. Up. Inhale, sweep way high. Exhale, send through. Lunge pose. Inhale, sweep up. Reach tall. With your exhale, hands come, heart space.
Hinge the torso forward, revolve around the spine. So you can get that left tricep to the outside of the right quad. Stack hands, stack shoulders. You can take the gaze down to the right big toe, or challenge yourself, gaze up to the ceiling. You can come into floating arms. Reach the arms apart if you like the challenge. 2 breaths. Revolve around the spine. If your arms are flying, bring them back together. Bring the gaze down if it was up. Strong torso, come back up. Hands to heart space, crescent, then reach arms up, crescent. Big inhale, exhale, bring it down. Plank pose on the inhale. Exhale, chaturanga or 8-point pose to bring you down. Inhale, baby cobra or up dog. Exhale, set it back, breathe. Next inhale, sweep left leg way high. With your exhale, knee to elbow, left ankle up nice and high. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, send through. Lunge pose, root down. Inhale, rise up, crescent. Find your stability, then hands to heart space. Hinge the torso forward, 45 degrees. Elbow to the outside of the right quad, left quad. Stack palms, stack elbows, shoulder stack. Revolve around the spine. Couple breaths. Remember, you've got option to fly the arms. Look up. 2 breaths here. Next exhale, palms together. Gaze comes down. Inhale, palms together at heart space and crescent. Next inhale, reach up, look up, fill up. Exhale, bring it down. Inhale to plank. Exhale, your way down. Inhale, shine through. Exhale, send it back. Big breaths in down dog. Let the breath settle. Take this next breath together, so empty out. Fill all the way up. Hold it at the top. Drink it a bit more, and then open mouth, exhale. Beautiful, let it go. With your next exhale, bend knees, look forward, step or hop. Top of mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, release, forward fold. Find that hamstring stretch. Couple breaths. With your next round of breath, toe heel up together, inner big toes touch, ankle bones touch, or just barely touch. And then bring fingertips to the earth as you sit it down. Bring the knees back in space, more weight in the heels. Sweep the arms up, fierce pose, often known as chair, but this is much more challenging than just sitting in a chair, so call it fierce pose. Weight in the heels, tailbone down a touch more so you can get the heart space a little bit more away from the thighs. With your next exhale, sweep the arms down, touch the earth, pinkies lead the way. With your inhale, sweep it through and up, all the way into a little back bend. And with your exhale, palms together, Samastitihi, equal standing pose. In equal standing pose, take a couple rounds of breath. Let it settle. And then remind yourself of your intention. What can you wring out? What can you burn through? What can you let go of? Couple rounds of breath. With your next round of breath, come on back to Tadasana. Back to the top of your mat if you weren't already there. And then toe heel together. Sweep up. Exhale, sweep the arms as you come into bent knees, tailbone low, brush the earth. Sweep the arms back up, pinkies lift, shoulder blades squeeze. Sweep the arms down, touch the earth, fierce pose. Bring the knees back, more weight in the heels. Fire up the glutes to support your efforts. Exhale, hands through heart space, forward fold. Round of breath in your forward fold, root down through the legs, let the tailbone lift isometrically. And then with your inhale, halfway lift. With your exhale, bend knees, plant hands, step or jump back, find plank. Inhale, plank. Exhale, halfway down, chaturanga. Inhale, shine through.
Exhale, send back. With your next inhale, sweep that right leg way, way high. With your next exhale, bring the right knee to the outside of the left elbow. Twist, hover, inhale, send it up. Exhale, send through, lunge pose, spin down, back heel, heel to heel alignment, rise, warrior one. See where you are in warrior one. If the back knee is cranky, take a wider stance. If it feels good, maybe you can take a bit of the twist. So letting that right hip come back, left hip come forward. Squaring the hips as much as your body allows without cranking anything. And sweep the arms up if they weren't already. 3 breaths, warrior one. Go deep. See if you can see the knee, same direction as the middle toes. So you can get that thigh, touch more parallel to the earth. 1 more breath, root down, rise up, big inhale. Exhale, frame the foot. Send that right leg back, plank pose. Inhale, plank, exhale, your way down. Inhale, shine through. Exhale, send back. 1 big breath. With your next inhale, sweep that left leg way, way high. With your exhale, twist it, elbow to the outside of the right, or knee to the outside of the right elbow. Hover, inhale, sweep up. Exhale, send through, lunge. Spin down, see that heel to heel alignment, rise up, warrior one. Check it out, how are you doing on this side? If this is your tight side, wider stance maybe. If it's your open side, heel to heel. If you have room, left hip back, right hip forward. If the arms weren't already, sweep them up, reach tall, 3 breaths from here. Feel your power, so you can get that left quad parallel to the mat. Root down to rise up, last big inhale, grow everything taller. Exhale, bring it down, frame the foot, send it back, plank pose. Inhale, plank, your way down. Exhale, inhale. Exhale back. Breathe. 3 big rounds of breath. Let's take this next round of breath together. So empty out. Fill all the way up. Drink it a bit more. Then exhale, open mouth, let go. Good. With your next exhale, bend knees, look forward, hop or step, top of mat. Inhale, halfway left. Exhale, release, forward fold. With your next round of breath, toe heel up together. Fierce pose. This time, hands right to heart space. Revolve around the spine. Palms stack. Elbow stack. Shoulder stack. Drop the tailbone. Take the gaze down to the earth. Weight into the right foot. And then we'll come back into our revolved lunge. You might come back by floating that left leg. Maybe coming into a momentary revolved warrior 3. And then dropping down, back foot hits, revolve around the spine, shoulders stack, gaze comes up if you'd like. Float the arms if you'd like. 1 breath, palms back together if they are floating. Take the gaze back down to the earth. Big step forward. So you're back in your twist in the chair. With your exhale, release, forward fold. Several rounds of breath in your forward fold. Let it go as you prepare for the second side. With your next exhale, sit it down, chair pose, fierce pose, and right to heart space. Revolve around the spine. Stack shoulders, stack elbows, press top palm into bottom. Take the gaze down. Weight into the left foot. Super slow motion, you send that right leg back, maybe through twisted warrior 3. Drop the right foot down. Take your crescent or your twist in your lunge. Maybe fly the arms, revolve around the spine. A couple more breaths here. Look up if that's comfortable. With your exhale, palms together. Release the gaze to the floor. Step forward. Come back into your chair twist. One breath. Exhale, release. Forward fold. Let go. A couple rounds of breath here. Nice. Stretch the hamstrings. See where you can go at this point in your practice. Engage the core with your next inhale. Sweep it up. Reverse swan dive. Reach tall. Exhale. Hands in. Samastitihi. Once again, several rounds of breath here. So you're going to see how your body's feeling from the inside out. Big inhales, big exhales. Recall your intention. Settle your breath down. With your next round of breath, come on back, top of your mat, Tadasana. And then with your left leg, for most of us, we want to step back so you can still see the screen. So step back, pick up most of your mat, kick the heels out, and then see how your body's feeling. If the hamstrings and the groin are feeling pretty good, go ahead and bring hands behind you. If they're feeling tight, you can meet us up in a wide leg forward fold halfway lift, where we'll be in a moment. With your inhale, shoulder blades lift the heart space, look up. With your exhale, hinge, knuckles float. Take the shoulder stretch, forward fold. Remember, if anything feels a little bit too cranky, hands to the earth below the shoulders in a halfway lift. If you're feeling good here, float the knuckles up a touch more, root through the legs into the floor. Next exhale, release, we'll meet up at halfway lift. Long through the spine. With your next round of breath, root the fingertips below the chin, left fingertips. Then thread right arm through, so you're going to grab the outside of the left shin, and then stack left shoulder over right. A couple rounds of breath here. You want to revolve around the spine, see how much you can stack left shoulder over right. Gently pull with the right hand, traction-y pull, not Yankee pull, and then bring that right shoulder like it wants to move away. See how that enhances the stretch in the shoulder blade. One more breath. With your next inhale, come on back. Halfway lift. Relax for a moment. Then second side. Right fingertips right below the chin. And then thread through. Grab the outside of the right shin. Then stack. Right shoulder over left. Revolve around the spine. Look up under that underarm. Then that gentle pulling with the left hand as the left shoulder blade moves in the opposite direction. Couple rounds of breath here. Feel the twist, revolve around the spine, and then release. Back to your halfway lift. Then kick the heels in so the big toes point to the respective corners of the mat. Hands come to hips. Drop the tailbone down, float the arms up, goddess pose. Good. If you'd like, find a focal point on the floor and then kick one heel up, then the next, and you'll be in heels lifted goddess. See if you can drop the tailbone a touch more, lift the heels up, 2 more breaths. Next exhale, drop the heels, sweep it up, top of mat, Tadasana, shake out what needs shaking. Round of breath in Tadasana. Big inhale, big exhale. With your next inhale, sweep the arms up, take a little back bend. With your exhale, palms together, elbows squeeze right into the midline, hinge at the hips, forward fold. Check out the hamstrings. Sometimes that wide leg forward fold, it can actually serve to tighten up a touch the top of your hamstrings. If that is your case, take a moment here, pedal out. Release again. Release again through all of your hamstrings. With your inhale, halfway lift. With your exhale, bend knees, plant hands. Step back, plank pose. Your way down. Exhale. Inhale to shine. Exhale, send back. Down dog. Big round of breath here. Big inhale. Big exhale. With your next exhale, drop the knees down, tabletop, and then come all the way down, belly down. Prone position. We're going to take, once again, bound hands. So interlace, thumbs are by the tailbone, and send those knuckles long, get the shoulder stretch. Then with your next inhale, lift everything up. Bound version of locust pose. 3 breaths here, zip up the legs, long through the whole body. Chin is not way up because you don't want to crank through the low back, through the low spine that is, cervical spine. There we go, inhale a little bit higher, exhale, bring it down, arms alongside, left cheek to the earth. Couple rounds of breath here. In these rounds of breath, see how much you can let go in the low back. With your next inhale, reach the arms forward, and then we're going to take a little time to swim. It's so good for that low back around the SI joint. So with your inhale, right arm, left leg. Exhale, drop them down. Inhale, left arm, right leg lifts. Exhale, drop it down. We'll do about 30 more seconds. You can go slow and control and see how much you can lift the leg and the torso each time. Well, maybe you'll flutter it a little bit more and work into an aerobic challenge. So keep going. Left arm, right leg, right arm, left leg. About 10 more seconds. Really see if you can isolate upper hamstring when the legs lift, low glutes. All the way up, upper glutes, and into that low outer back area. 5 more seconds. So get your last 4 in. And then relax. Let the chin touch the earth. Arms float to your side. Right cheek down. Close your eyes. Relax. See if you can relax right into the low back. 3 breaths from here. With your next round of breath, chin comes back to center. Kick the heels up. Grab just underneath the toe line on the outside edge, from the outside edge of the feet. You want to be under the toe line so you don't crank into that low back. And then we're going to come into bow pose. So with your inhale, kick the legs back, lift the torso. 3 breaths from here. Really kick strongly into those legs. Inhale up a little higher. If the exhale rocks you down, that's fine. Inhale up. 1 more time through. Inhale up as high as you can. Exhale. Release. Let the legs go, arms alongside. And then take your cheek to the left side for a breath, to the right side for a breath, and then bring it back to the side that's your tight side. For me, it's left cheek down is my tight side, and then we'll breathe here. Open up the tight spot in the neck as we relax. Several rounds of breath. With your next round of breath, bring the chin back to center, hands under shoulders, come standing tall, and we're going to get ready for Ustrasana, camel pose. So to prepare for camel, knees are hip distance apart. So that's 2 fists for most of us, and that aligns our hip point to the center of the knee. Okay? So for most of us, we'll want those toes curled under so the heels are up a little higher. If you know you've got lots of range of motion, hip flexors up to the hip points and in the low back, then of course, bring those feet down. Your choice. Several options here. With your inhale, lift the shoulders up towards the ears, send them back, then root them back down as the shoulder blades squeeze to the midline. Then palms to pelvis, elbows squeeze together. Start low belly and lift
from low belly high as the gaze comes across the ceiling. Keep the hips moving forward, elbows squeezing together. If you feel like you have enough room, one hand back to a heel at a time. If the hips came back in space, bring them back forward over the knees. Handful of breaths here, shoulder blades lift the heart space. As long as the neck feels good, let the head hang. Otherwise, keep the chin tucked. If the neck feels good and the head hangs, shoulder blades can lift a little bit more. Big round of breath. And with your next round of breath, tall torso, both hands come back to prayer at the same time. Sit it down, coming in to hero's pose. If sitting down in Virasana is tough on the knees, grab your block or stand in for a block or even a blanket and put it between. Blanket goes between thighs and calves. Block would go underneath your tailbone. Then bring hands to heart space. Breathe, close your eyes. Feel what's come up. Feel the good that you can fill up with. So let your inhales fill you up with everything that is good and warm and glowy and happy. A couple rounds to fill up with all that's good. And with your next round of breath, hands back to thighs. Find your way back to down dog. If you want to build some heat once again, you can start in plank and vinyasa through, and we'll all meet up in down dog. From down dog, I'm going to guide through flip dog and then coming into pigeon pose. If you are not feeling like flipping your dog is for you today, no worries, just go right from leg lift, hip opener, to pigeon pose. If you are going to flip your dog, make sure you've got a clear landing pad on both sides. Reaching the arms long, hips go up and back. With your next inhale, sweep the right leg way up. Take your hip opener, heel to tailbone, right shoulder comes back in space to square the shoulders, knee to sky. Enjoy the hip opener wherever you are going next. If you are going to flip the dog, follow along. Otherwise, send it through for pigeon. To follow along, super slow motion that right leg over. Drop the tailbone down, so you're squaring the hips, hands to belly first. Glutes lift hip points, lumbar spine lifts the belly, shoulder blades lift the heart space, then reach that arm long. Several breaths, stretch through the whole front body, open up. With your next round of breath, bring it back over, sweep the right leg up. With your exhale, send through, knee to the outside of the mat behind the wrist. We're going to take a pigeon heart opener here. So once you're settled in, walk the hands back to the waist. Let the shoulder blades lift the heart space. Look up. Inhale, fill up. Exhale, bring it through. Pigeon pose. Support your forehead with your blocks or stand in for a block or stack fists, backs of palms. Flex that right foot. That gives you a little more oomph in the pose and it also protects the knee. Feel that left heel so you can sense that it's right in line with the back of the left knee. Breathe right into the outer hip. Focus on sensation of breath. Bring the warmth of that breath right to the tight spots. Two or three more breaths. And we'll begin to transition out. So plant the hands back under shoulders. Unthread. Send the right leg back. Pump it out a couple times to release the knee. Maybe another little hip opener if that feels good. And then settle back. Down dog. Reach the arms long. Pedal. Next inhale, sweeps the left leg way, way high. Take your hip opener. Square the shoulders a bit more. Knee to sky. Enjoy that hip opener. And then either send through to get into your pigeon or follow along. Flip dog, left leg comes down, tailbone down to earth, lumbar spine lifts the belly, shoulder blades lift the heart. Reach long, look at those left fingertips. Shoulder blades lift the heart, sitting bones lift the hips, lumbar spine lifts the belly. Expand through that whole front body. Big round of breath. When you're ready, send it back over. Sweep that left leg high. Exhale. Knee to outside of the mat, behind the wrist. Big inhale. Pigeon heart opener. Exhale, long spine, bring it down. Settle in. Find support for your forehead. Support for your forehead so you can relax neck and shoulders, mid-back. And then settle in. Flex the left foot. Right leg, one long line out of the hip socket. Breathe here. Big warmth of breath right into the tight spot in that outer hip. About 3 more breaths. And then nice and slowly, reverse it out. Curl the back toe under, toes under. Send the left leg up, nice and long and high. Couple pumps of the knee in and out. Make another little hip opener. And then send that leg back down. Down dog. Make this the biggest down dog stretch so it feels like a full body stretch. Reach the arms long, hips up and back. See where the heels can melt down to. Couple breaths here. With your next round of breath, bend your knees, look forward, and just walk it through into a seated position. In your seated position, send both legs long. We're going to take half Lord of the Fishes, our seated twist. So bring that right foot to the outside of the left shin. Bring the left heel outside of the right hip point. And then sit both sitting bones down. If you're sitting on that left heel, scooch it away a little bit. Then we're going to pretend we're watching tennis, perhaps at Wimbledon. So instead of scrunching forward, we're going to have a little leverage on that shin and then sit tall, tall, tall. Watch Wimbledon for a moment. And then send the right hand behind the tailbone. Sweep left arm way up, look up, and then begin your twist. Maybe you're going to land your twist hugging in. Maybe you're going to land your twist elbow to the outside. And then send the right shoulder back as you revolve around the spine. Maybe you'll take the right arm and come into a half bind. Inhale, grow tall. Exhale, twist around the spine. Revolve around the spine. 3 breaths from here. Each inhale takes you a little bit taller. Each exhale, you can see if there's a bit more room to twist. 1 more round of breath. Stay tall. Exhale, twist. Next round of breath takes you into the counter pose. So hands to the left side. Inhale, puff that right side body out. Get a little counter twist here. And then with your next round of breath, come on back to center. Find your way into staff pose. And then we'll set up for the second side. Left heel to the outside of the right mid-shin. Bring the right heel around. Stick it by the left hip point and then scooch it out a little ways. Root both sitting bones down. Rise tall. Watch Wimbledon. Left arm behind you by the tailbone. Sweep up. Reach tall. Exhale, twist. See where you're going to go on this side. Hugging in or elbow to the outside, sitting tall. Maybe the half bind. Handful of breaths here. So each inhale, stay lifting up. Grow even taller still. Each exhale helps you revolve around the spine a bit more. One more big round of breath. Sit tall. Twist a little bit more. With your exhale,
revolve to the other side. Take your counter pose. Puff through the left side body. Big inhale. Big exhale. With your next round of breath, come back to staff pose. Point the toes, hands to heart space, core strength takes you down to your supine position. Bring the feet in. Get ready for bridge pose. So, with your arms alongside, fingertips can just barely brush the backs of the heels. Exhale to flatten the lumbar spine, get a little counter stretch. Inhale. Let the sitting bones and the glutes lift the hips. Get weight into the trapezius muscles, and then come into your full pose. You can interlace and then tuck one shoulder under at a time, and then really reach those knuckles away as you lift the hips. Feel like you've got energy coming from hip points out the knees. Back of the head gently grounds to the earth. 2 more breaths. See if with each the next 2 breaths you can lift a bit higher. And then with your next round of breath, reverse it out, untuck, uninterlace, 1 vertebra down to the mat at a time. Breathe here. So we had a nice big front body stretch in our flip dog. If you took that, we're going to go for a big back body stretch by coming into plow pose. So use that core strength. Lift the quads up over the torso, knees over the head, and then send the legs long. If you're going to stay here in pike pose, support the low back with your hands. If you're going to come toes touching earth, arms stay alongside. Squeeze the shoulder blades in the midline. That will help keep the cervical spine off the mat. If the cervical spine is out of the mat, come right out. We want no crunchiness in the cervical spine. If you have a little extra room, tops of the feet can come down. Couple of rounds of breath here in plow. Feel what's going to help you get the biggest full back body stretch. We're going to transition into shoulder stand. So bring one hand to the low back at a time. Elbows coming out from the underarms. One leg up at a time. Barbie feet. So you want the balls of the feet to be what is reaching towards the sky. Spread the toes. Feel like the quads want to come to the top of your mat where your head is. The shins want to come to the bottom of the mat where your feet normally are. And then stay here. Once again, any cervical spine touching the mat, come right out of the pose. If this feels good, stay for a handful of breaths. To come out of shoulder stand, we can come through starting towards ear pinning pose and see how that feels. So you can bring knees to the forehead, arms alongside. If that feels like you have room, you can go into ear pinning pose, which is squeezing the inner knees into the ears. You can experiment with that and just see where it goes. And then we could roll back down 1 vertebra at a time. Use core strength to slowly send the legs to the earth. And then our counter pose is fish pose. Thumbs right under the top of the hamstrings where the hamstrings meet your butt. Forearms root down, toes point, shoulder blades lift the heart space. So you're coming to I'm watching TV on the floor pose. And then lift the chest, shoulder blades lift the chest, crown of head reaches towards the mat. If your crown of head touches mat, no weight in it. And then open the mouth. Get a stretch through your throat. Breathe. With your next round of breath, tuck the chin, come all the way down to your supine position. And just relax here. A couple rounds of breath. With your next inhale, we'll come on into happy baby. So lift the knees up towards the underarms, grab outside edge of the feet. And then keep the lumbar spine connected to the mat. And then feel like the feet can move up to the sky as you gently pull down and get a little traction. And then give a little side to side sway. That can massage out those tight spots on the pelvis, back of the pelvis. And then when you're ready, find stillness and then get your low back, your low spine into a little bit of a stretch, low back into a stretch by rolling off, feeling like the knees can come to the outsides of the underarms, and then bring the feet back by pulling the hands into the feet and then kick the feet away. Find the low back stretch. And then you can experiment. If you take the legs a little wider apart, you might find the groin stretch that works for you. If you take them a little longer, you might find the hamstring stretch that works for you. A couple rounds of breath here. And then with your next round of breath, bring the knees together. We're going to wrap up, becoming a tiny little ball. Grab opposite elbows, and then see if you can bring the chin towards or through to the knees and become the smallest ball possible. Exhale, become smaller still. Inhale, reach everything long, take a full body stretch. You can lift the sitting bones off the earth for a moment, get a little belly stretch, flex the feet for a moment, reach long, point the toes, big inhale, exhale, sweep it down, arms alongside, and prepare for Shavasana. So to prepare for Shavasana, I encourage you to take a moment to make yourself super comfortable. So you'll be in your supine position. So as long as your your belly up, back down, so you're not constricting on your stomach, the airways it is. You can have arms out or arms alongside. You can have legs wide or legs together. For the arms, you just want to make sure they're below heart space. If you have a bolster or a pillow or two and want to get a heart opener, you can drape yourself bottom of the spines coming off the bottom of the bolster, and then you can drape yourself over the bolster, or maybe a rolled up blanket or a big pillow, and give yourself a little bit of a heart opener in Shavasana. So experiment. If you built up some heat, you may want to take a few moments to go ahead and grab a blanket or cover up of some sort. And then as you are ready, find stillness. And then take some big, deep breaths, just as we did at the start of class. So you're going to fill up low to high. And take a nice open mouth or side out exhale, several rounds, just like that. So fill up. Open mouth or side out. Several rounds. So that you can feel like after these next several rounds of breath that you are feeling released, relaxed, and heavy into the earth. And allow your breath, as you stay in your Shavasana, allow your breath to normalize. Let the breath really feel like it is breathing you. And then once again, really bring full attention to sensation of breath. Feel the coolness on the inhales. Feel the touch of the breath
on the exhales. And allow your attention to come all the way down to the low belly. Focusing on that low belly, see how much you can relax all of the muscles in the low belly and that low front core, so that you might even feel the belly button moves a little farther from the spine. And then as you let the belly really release, see if that helps relax through the pelvic floor. Feel that relaxation in the low belly and the pelvic floor, and then bring attention to the low back. See if you can sense the upper glutes. Sometimes they're tight, they pull that low back, so see if you can even relax upper glutes. And then allow attention to float back up the spine. Begin to feel low ribs and then even the muscles between each rib. See if you can feel ribs on front body and back body. And then see if in the next several rounds of breath that you can let all those muscles around the ribs, between the ribs, relax just a little bit more. Then continue to bring attention up so that you're feeling mid-chest, upper chest, mid-back, upper back. And then feel with your next several rounds of exhales that you can let pectoral muscles go, the muscles between the shoulder blades, and find more space between breastbone and spine. And then allow attention to come up and just notice how your tongue is inside your mouth. Keeping the tip of the tongue connected to the roof of your mouth, let the back of the tongue fall away. And see if that helps relax your shoulders as the back of the tongue releases. And feel the hinge of the jaw, see if you can relax there. You might let the teeth just fall slightly apart as the lips stay gently sealed. And then feel all the muscles that support cheeks, support eyes, temples, forehead, crown of head, back of head, even where the back of the skull meets the cervical spine. See if you can let all those muscles go at one time. And see if you can bring awareness of all of your muscles, as if you could feel them all at once from the inside. And with your next several rounds of breath, see if there's just a little bit more that you can release. And then bring full attention back to the sensation of breath. With the lips gently sealed, feel the coolness on the inhales. Feel the touch of the breath on the exhales. keeping that focus on breath, allow the only work, the only little bit of effort is to keep that awareness open so that when thoughts come in, you can notice that they've come in. And when you notice them, see if you can let them go, just like watching a single cloud, a puffy white cloud on a blue sky day, disappear from sight. When you notice a thought that is on the sticky side, that just doesn't want to kind of float away like that puffy cloud, give it a label. Perhaps that label is thinking, or that's a thought. And then return to open awareness and focus on breath. And relax. In this last several moments of Shavasana, just begin to bring attention such that you can feel your whole inner body at once. Then bring attention outward and just notice the sounds in the room. Might be the sound of the air moving through the vents. Might be sounds in the next room or outside. Then allow, with your eyes closed, that sense of being able to see yourself in the room from above. That sense of looking down on yourself, seeing your space, seeing your body in Shavasana. And then as you're ready, begin to take some small movements, maybe some wrist circles. It's always really nice to get a neck stretch in, so you can bring a chin to a shoulder, opposite shoulder grounds down, and take it back and forth a couple times. And then as you're ready, roll to one side. We often think of right side for a little more energy, left side for a little more relaxation. And find your way into your fetal position. So find that knees to elbows, chin tucked, rounded back, fetal position. Several rounds of breath here. Just really feel your body from the inside out once again, and really feel the effects of your practice. And as you are ready, come on up to your comfortable seated position. You take a moment to grab your bolster or cushion. Seeing if you can keep eyes closed. Once you're settled, bring hands to heart space. Press thumbs into breastbone, palms together. Once again, recall your intention. Breathe it through your body. And take a moment to think of one thing that you're grateful for. Breathe the sense of gratitude through your body. Thank you so much for practicing together. It's always a pleasure to guide your practice. The inner spirit in me sees and honors the inner spirit in each of you. Namaste. You can bow forward if that feels good, coming off the bolster. Thank you so much. I encourage you to subscribe to the channel so that when a new video comes out, you can get notice. We'll be doing a variety of different types of videos coming up, so certainly more power yoga. We'll also do some 5-minute clinics, which kind of breaks down one pose into the various aspects to help you do better in that pose. And of course, we'll do some meditations. Most of them will be about 10-12 minutes long. So subscribe, and we look forward to seeing you next time. Thank you so much. Namaste.